Thank you, baby.
It's not. I don't think this is the. Are you get the other package right now?
I think we're live. I
No,
think it
not yet.
says live.
Oh, we are?
It says so. I'm going to look right now.
Okay, good.
Us and our technical difficulties.
I know.
Here's the next package.
Well, welcome everyone to the Unveiling Shadows podcast, The Survivor and the Skeptic. I'm Kimberly Mosby, and this is Erica Bailey, my co-host.
Yes, there we are. We are
Okay,
live.
good. Okay, good.
Oh, yes, welcome. Man, we've been having these technical difficulties. It's all your fault.
It is actually my fault because I set it up wrong and I was doing it by myself this time. So that's why I had to send out a new link that said, use this one or use this link in capital letters because I kind of, well, smooched the pooch.
Smooched the pooch. Ooh, that's something I don't think I've heard in a very long
Long time. Yep.
Yeah. No. Little one standing over here by
Hey.
me.
Hey, DJ Chris.
Hello, everybody. Who do we got? Well, we had people waiting and everything. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Like an ego boost when you all are still, here wanting to talk with us. So thank you so much for coming back over and over and over again. It really matters. It really matters to us.
Yep.
So. Oh,
Yes, it does.
so, ooh, you want to see something, guys? I know last week I showed you my silly puzzles. So I got more of this side done.
Wow, that's crazy.
And then I've been working on this side.
Wow, that's going to be huge.
It is going to be, I have no idea
Where you're going to put it. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, so what's been up with you in terms of your journey and your lawsuit and all that funness?
Well, I sent them some stuff off today. Then I also am getting a couple of my birth certificates authenticated, which is an interesting process. You got to send it to the Secretary of the state which you were born in to get them to authenticate it. And you have to tell them that you're going to another country, which is very interesting. So we'll see how this works out. And then once I get them back, I'm going to send them to the U.S. Secretary and have them authenticate them again. Yeah, it's a crazy process. But I did receive a letter yesterday from the Department of Homeland Security saying that they received my appeal, the response by the Office of Intelligence and Analysis to my Freedom of Information request concerning the denial of my request pursuant FOIA Exemption 3 and 7E. And they said a high number of FOIA requests have been received by the department. Accordingly, we have adopted the court-sanctioned practice of generally handling backlogged appeals on a first-in, first-out basis. While we'll make every effort to process your appeal on a timely basis, there may be some delay in resolving this matter. But whatever. So they gave me a website that I can follow up. It's called the Secure Release Portal. And then they said your appeal has been assigned reference number, and they gave me a different number. So that's actually good news. Even though they denied me the first time and then I appealed it. I think a lot more of us TIs need to send in our FOIA requests. I think it's very, very important.
So they're at least accepting your appeal to review. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah. So hopefully they'll just give it to me. I just want all of the information. It's not that hard. Just give me everything.
Give it to me.
Just
Give me
give it to
everything.
me.
All right. So, what is our topic today, darling?
Our topic today is going to be NWO Tortureware 6.66, which will loop into, after we watch the video, that's about 7 minutes, it will loop back to this SATAN, which is an acronym for Silent Assassination Through Adaptive Networks. And it's a Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, DARPA Black Budget Weapon System. And then also has one named Christ, which stands for Common Human Routines Interface Software Technology. Now, I feel like, some of these people that are doing these programs are going to end up in hell. I mean, they would have to. I mean, it's just pure evil.
Okay. All right. Well, like 90% of that went over my head, but that's okay. We're gonna figure it out together.
Yep.
So, hi TJ. You want me to, so we've got the video, you sent me the video, and we want to watch that first, right?
Yeah, watch the video, I think, and then we
Okay.
can loop into this article.
Okay. So, I've got it up. Let me share this screen. And figure out which one I've got it on. There we go. Here we go. All right. Remember to mute your mic so we're not hearing echoes.
If the most widely shared proof of a global torture conspiracy was made in Microsoft Paint.
Pain at your fingertip is what this app can do. Click, make you take a shit. Come on, you know how we do.
In 2022, Joy Womack, a graduate student at Purdue University Global, submitted a dissertation titled Marked as Dangerous, an investigative analysis of no-touch torture methods on targeted individuals. Among the cited materials, a paper by Jaiswal that references something called New World Order Tortureware 6.66, an application allegedly used for remote mind and body torture. Jaiswal's article, published in a journal with questionable credibility, includes a now infamous image of the tortureware interface. On the left, two drop-down menus, one for mental tortures, one for physical. Among the listed features, voice to skull, or V2K, a term familiar to anyone who's dipped a toe in TI waters. Search long enough and you'll see the image everywhere. March 2021, Stephen Keith Howard posts it on Facebook. March 2020, a user named Matthew shares it on X, claiming this is the software they use. Back in 2019, a YouTube video shows a woman attempting to purchase the program from a sketchy site.
So this one is the one that they called NWO Tortureware 6.66. And I tried to get the software. I signed up on this site, and then guess what? It's not available anymore.
And in 2015, a user on DeviantArt shares it with a screed about human traffickers. Even further back, 2013, the image shows up on gang stalking surfers. But where did this image come from? Was it ever real? Of course not. It looks like a joke, an altered screenshot of an early version of Microsoft Paint's GUI. The fonts clash, the layout's a mess, the help menu is clearly pasted in. Just look at the droopy P, the toolbar icons grayed out, empty buttons. Is this supposed to be elite government software or a failed middle school tech project? The earliest trace goes back to November 2007. James Marino, a TI, posted it on his blog, 9/11, the mother of all black ops, claiming it showed CIA and NSA software used to target unwitting citizens. No source, no explanation, just vibes. Did he make it or just repost it? Some argue it's the brainchild of Eleanor White, an earlier TI, who was a key node in shaping the targeted individual narrative. White operated multiple websites from the mid to late 90s, most famously Raven One. She was known for creating infographics. These materials often incorporated inconsistent fonts. At one point, she even made a satirical gang stalking manual, but she clearly labeled it as a spoof. So, was it one of White's creations that Marino just reposted? Or was he inspired by her or another TI to create the tortureware image himself? Maybe we should blame Harvard's own Robert Duncan, who was busy pumping out high-tech paranoia around the same time. Just 1 year earlier, in 2006, Duncan had self-published The Matrix Deciphered, a kind of foundational text for TI believers. Writing under the alias The Saint, Duncan described a psychic war room nicknamed Hell and casually dropped references to Satan, silent assassination through amplified neurons, the supposed kill mode software used for the USA's secret electromagnetic mind control project. He claimed Satan used an eye gaze tracking interface that allowed psychic soldiers to activate and deactivate tortures with drag and drop simplicity. Duncan even included a small image on the front cover of his book, apparently depicting a screenshot of the application. Though some readers may have missed a crucial paragraph at the beginning of the book stating the images were doctored recreations based on what he was shown by a protected source. When Marino posted tortureware not too long after Duncan's book dropped, was it coincidence or mimicry? Maybe Marino was just another TI trying to add weight to his claims. Or maybe he wasn't a TI at all. Not long after Marino launched his blog, he found a critic, Barbara Hartwell. She claimed to be ex-CIA, specialized in psyops, and was using the term targeted individuals as early as 2000. She had support from 2 former FBI agents, Ted Gunderson and Gerald Sosby. In short, she wasn't just another name in a TI forum. By early 2008, Hartwell was already calling Marino out. And over subsequent years, she kept at it, repeatedly accusing him of being a COINTELPRO stooge, spreading disinformation. In one post, she wrote, "James F. Marino is one of a gaggle of government stooges who has been spreading outrageous and malicious lies." Even stranger? Hartwell had initially supported Marino and eventually turned on Gunderson and Sosby too. Was Marino an FBI plant sent to sow chaos in the TI world? Is that why he passed off tortureware as real? Or was he just a TI trying to be heard? Then again, if Marino was a plant, what does that make Hartwell? The whistleblower? Or just the next layer of the onion? No one can say for sure who created the tortureware image, except the creator. But here's what we do know. It's a fake. A hodgepodge of turn-of-the-millennium design, techno-conspiracy, and maybe even satire. And yet, it became evidence. A cornerstone of belief. Proof in the absence of proof. Maybe the most haunting thing about Tortureware 666 isn't the name. It's the fact that some people need it to be real.
And exist. Please, it exists. Don't let people say you're psychiatric and all that nonsense. You give them this as a reference.
You're stuck in a
Yep. So sometimes they'll make videos like this to try to discredit, and they've been doing this forever. I don't know when that video was made. But then I found this information that a woman named Christy sent me on my Substack and a direct message to me. And I was like, let's look that up. And then this article was published June 18th of 2023, and it has Robert Duncan's quote at the top of this article.
Okay. You're going to have to dumb this down for me because I was not tracking that very well.
Yeah, okay. So do you want me to share my screen so you can see it?
Go over the article and then just talk to me. Like, I'm just not getting it.
Okay, let's share this.
Skeptic. It's probably my brain just doesn't want to compute.
I think it's computing.
Aw, you're
It's just
welcome,
evil.
Jay. Thank you for joining us and for being here.
Yes, absolutely. So it says
Okay.
AI, cyber Satan, and the battle for your brain, which we already know this is going on. The
Okay.
top of it, it says it is strange how biblical prophecy, science, military technology, and sociology seem to converge at this point in time in our species development. Robert Duncan, Project Soulcatcher 2010.
And this is the guy we were talking about last week who created the voice of God, pretty much, right?
Yes, exactly. And then now he, well, unalived himself, and I'll just leave it at that. Everybody
Or
knows
was
what that means.
unalived.
Yeah, or was. Yeah, unalived. That's more like it. Okay, so Satan is an acronym for Silent Assassination Through Adaptive Networks. It is a Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, DARPA, black budgeted weapon system. Satan is run through an artificial intelligent operation system that is automated and scalable. It is capable of targeting both individuals based on our unique brain prints or large-scale population based on data matrices. Yeah, collated through total information awareness software, most notably DARPA's behavioral pattern prediction and classification software nicknamed CHRIST, which stands for Common Human Routines Interface Software Technology. What is assassinated through Satan's adaptive network is first and foremost the mind. Satan is an AI weapon system designed to commit menticide, the systematic and intentional undermining of a person's conscious mind. When targeting entire groups or population, its goal is to commit what they termed a Menticost, for like Holocaust, a Holocaust of collective consciousness in such a way as to leave the weapon and those who wield it either totally undetectable or, in the event of an anomaly of discovery, legally inculpable, which means they have pliable deniability. But I think more and more of us are coming out, so I don't think that's going to stick anymore. So it says Menticosts are advantageous to those who perpetrate them on a number of unrelated or interrelated levels. From the point of view of the advancements of artificial intelligence, the greatest advantage of a Menticost is that it leaves victims in an utterly defenseless cognitive state and thus amenable to integrate into what in AI research and development is termed as a hive mind. Experiments have shown that when multiple human brains are connected using neural interfacing technologies, the problem-solving capacity of the hive mind thereby produced is greatly increased in comparison to the individual mind. It is therefore in AI's interest and/or the internet of those who control AI to create ever-expanding adaptive hive mind networks using the brains and bodies of targeted individuals, groups, and large-scale populations. I'm not much for the hive mind. I think my thinking is fine, and that's what gives me my individuality. And without our individuality, we are not human at that point anymore. We become transhuman. And so I don't know what you think. You guys, anything?
Anything? Okay.
All right, let's finish. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Targeting large scale. The Satan and Christ systems work in symbiosis to covertly analyze and exploit human populations as a prima materia for the alchemical transformation and advancement of artificial intelligence. They also serve as a means for automating eugenics. In this briefing, I was provided historical context on social engineering operations since World War II to facilitate comprehension of the scale and menacing motivation behind the Satan system. I then expound I then expound on Satan and Christ technologies and related weapon systems used in what is known as gang stalking. My primary source for understanding this weaponry is the Mind Hacking Strategy Group, represented by DoD, CIA, and Justice Department insider Dr. Robert Duncan, author of Project Soul Catcher, Volume 2, 2010. For historical contents, I focus on the covert social engineering operations of the Tavistock Institute of Human Relations, headquartered in Sussex, England, and affiliated with the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency. My primary source for this purpose is former Soviet intelligence officer Dr. Daniel Estlin, author of Tavistock Institute, which I have that book, Social Engineering of the Masses, 2015. A full PDF of the version briefing is available, and you can click there to access. So he's citing his work. Tavistock World Headquarters for Social Engineering. The Tavistock Institute in Sussex, England, specializes in crisis manufacturing and mass social engineering. Throughout the Second World War, Tavistock served as the Allies' headquarters for the psychological operations. After the war, it executed a long and continuous series of pre-planned social engineering products, including promotion of the New Left, Frankfurt's social ideology, Watergate, the Pentagon Papers, the hippie movement, and the drug and rock counterculture. The Tavistock Institute of Human Relation comprises a vast network of associated centers and institutes of applied social psychology and cultural engineering. These include Stanford Research Center, RAND Corporation, MIT, Sloan School of Management, the Advanced Center of Behavioral Sciences at Palo Alto, the Institute of Social Research at the University of Michigan, the Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania, the Harvard School of Business, London School of Economics, the National Training Laboratories, the Hudson Institute, Esalen Institute, the National Institute of Mental Health, the National Institute of Drug Abuse, the Office of Naval Research, the Central Intelligence Agency, the Secret Intelligence Service, aka M16, the Security Service, aka M15, the Scottish Reich, or Scottish Rite, and Royal Arch Freemasonry. Okay. So there's this article. I will put this article in the chat so that you can come back and look at it, because it's quite long. But that will give you an overview of it. And if you don't have Substack, you should probably get it.
Okay. So talk to me like I have no idea what this means.
Hold on a second. It says Erica Bailey is not being recorded.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. It's somehow there's not enough space on my, anyway, I'm closing down things while we're talking. So it's fine. I'm still up.
Okay. Here's the article. Hey, Mark, glad you made it. Yeah, that's how bad it gets with the torture. Yes, I agree, Mark. It's very annoying when you know that they're putting thoughts in your head, because you're like, I normally wouldn't think that, but they kinetically controlled me.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, talk to me about like you're explaining what this is for the first time.
Well, if you want cognitive liberty over your mind, you better get it now, and you better state what your rules are and your boundaries are. That's why I became an American state national citizen. And that's why I've posted a lot about James Martinez and the Clone Act and what he's talking about, because if people don't come to the conclusion and start jumping down rabbit holes, you're not going to make it. You'll just be swept in with the AI experimentation that they're doing on everybody, which is why a lot of us are, middle-aged, single women that are educated, highly intelligent, that they like to go after. But they're also going after men too, obviously. And mainly ones that they feel like they're going to have a problem with after they, socially profiled us and been like, how many of these people do you think are going to stand up and not take a knee? And if they won't take a knee and they won't comply, how do we control these people? And well, you can't, because I won't be controlled. And so I guess if I'm going to explain it, it's basically like a Hunger Game. Like you saw the Hunger Game, but now turn it around and put it into a mental state where they're playing a Hunger Game between frequency, vibration, light technology, holographic technology, and then obviously they tried to deem all of us crazy or paranoid or delusional. I've heard that from my, estranged family so many times. It's just literally, that isn't it, And so people need to realize that obviously this is going on,
And I think that you're delusional or crazy or conspiracy theorist. I think that is probably like the first thought, because I'm going to be honest, that was my first thought. Was like, is she all here? Or she's this woman's this conspiracy theorist. And what changed is like, I didn't necessarily believe it, but I believed that you believed it. And I wanted to support you and your journey because I felt like we connected on that soul sister spiritual level.
Yeah.
But it was the very first thought that went through my mind, like no joke. And so I
Yeah.
can see how that is the common denominator when this is shared. Hi, PB and J. Good to see you too. And I saw Mark said he loved us earlier. We love you too.
Oh, we love you too, Mark. Thank you so much. So you can only, I actually deem that as a compliment now when somebody calls me a conspiracy theorist, because I'm like, well, yeah, of course you're going to say that because I'm awake. And once I'm awake, you're not ever, once you go down that hole, once you see the stuff that I've seen and keep learning about, it's like a constant, and a lot of people don't have time to do this. So this is why I decided to do what I've been doing, is to help people realize, and then also help the people that have been targeted know that they're not alone and they're not crazy, they're not paranoid, they're not delusional, And as Antonia said in my podcast with her, she says they've well outplayed the crazy card. And I said, yes, they have, Antonia. And they have also outplayed the conspiracy theorist, which, Joe says is like that. If it's a theorist, it has to be based on fact. And I was
It
like,
can't be a conspiracy theory if it's true. Isn't that what you always say?
yeah, it can't be a,
True.
it can't be a conspiracy theory if it's the truth. So,
So after we did our whole one on AI, so we're kind of, this is all part of it. Shortly after that, the founder of OpenAI and ChatGTP, his name is Sam Altman. He voiced apprehension about the rapid advancement of AI, expressing concerns that humanity is not adequately prepared for the societal and ethical implications of increasingly powerful systems. His fears center on the potential for large-scale disinformation, misuse for offensive cyber attacks, and authoritarian control of technology. Altman has also noted the rapid pace of development without sufficient oversight and the danger of over-reliance on AI, comparing the current situation to the moment of reckoning following the creation of the Manhattan Project. He worries that advanced AI models could be used to generate sophisticated, large-scale disinformation campaigns and to write malicious computer code for offensive cyber attacks. He is concerned that society, particularly young people, may be overly dependent on AI, making important decisions based on its recommendations without fully understanding them, potentially leading to a dangerous shift in decision making. He has highlighted the alarming speed at which AI is advancing, suggesting that societal, legal, and ethical frameworks are not keeping pace with technological progress, however you want to say that. There is concern that authoritarian governments might develop and control powerful AI technologies for their own purposes. During the testing of GPT-5, developers experienced disorientation with the model exhibiting behaviors that bordered on emergent autonomy, a factor contributed to Altman's unease. He compared the creation of GPT-5 to the Manhattan Project, the World War II effort that developed the atomic bomb. He invoked the sentiment of physicists who, after creating the atomic bomb, grappled with its unintended consequences and asked, "What have we done?"
Who's saying this? Sam Altman?
The creator of
Okay.
OpenAI.
Let me tell you
This is
something
the
about him.
creator of ChatGPT.
I know. Sam Altman. Yeah. Sam Altman is part of this bullshit, and he's only trying to cover his ass because all of us are finding out. And he carries a kill switch around with him at all times.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He stresses the importance of society being clear-eyed about the potential downsides of AI and actively working to mitigate them. He has advocated for working with governments to implement effective regulations and prevent the harmful use of AI technology. That kind of blew my mind. Like, after we were talking about that, you know what I mean? And like, I use it for good. I do. I use it for good. I help people do good things. But when Jason told me about this, I'm like, what? What?
Yeah.
It's like
He's admitting. Yeah.
He's admitting it's almost like Duncan. He's admitting that he created something very dangerous.
Well, that's very interesting. I don't know if I fully believe him because he's part of the, Bilderberg group that wants to take over society with the transhuman agenda. But the only problem is that after we're all gone and we're transhumanists, then what's going to be left except for these monsters eating each other? Like, that's really, yeah.
Yuck.
Well,
Okay, well, kids don't have kids. Yeah, I'm like, I'm starting to believe like we may need to stop populating this planet, because imagine what we are leaving for our children and our grandchildren. You know what I mean? Like, I'm starting to be like, no more breeding. Like, it's scary.
I know,
It's
but that's all.
scary, and I don't like being scared.
I know, but that's what they want too. Why do you think they did the Fauci juice? That was pure population control. I knew it when Bill Gates was involved in it, and I don't like Anthony Fauci. He looks like a fucking mouse, and Bill Gates wants to depopulate the planet, for their utopia. Like, he is a piece of crap. He experiments on, children and women in Africa and India. He's got several pending lawsuits after him. And Sam Altman went on the stage days after Donald Trump was elected with Larry Ellison and Massa saying they wanted to do Project Stargate. And I was like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not doing any more vaccinations. And it wasn't a vaccination anyway. It was full of graphene and mercury and heavy metals.
21 million deaths, over 7 million COVID-19 fatalities. But the actual number may be 3 times higher. I don't know. I haven't really looked into what I'd really like to do research on, like the total number of deaths from from smallpox, whatever, you know what I mean, versus after vaccines, because I again, this is where that whole political science thing comes into mind. It's like, where is that line drawn? Where is the right for protection and health, and then where is it an abuse of power? That is really where I struggle. But it's like, even now we're talking about AI, we're talking about the ability to beam shit into your brain and make you do what whoever wants you to do. What I don't get though is like, why you? Why me? Like, okay, you're speaking up. Great. But are you really, like, does Google really give a shit about you or me? Like, why?
No, that's the whole point. That's the whole point. And it's not their job to spend taxpayer dollars torturing the citizens of this country. So they need to go pound sand, which is why I'm not paying taxes anymore. I don't have to now. So the IRS sent me a letter, said they were looking at it.
What you are talking about is just to monitor. You need to pay attention to your surroundings. Okay, expand on that, friend. What do you mean? Like, yes, I'm learning this. Like, I am noticing things, and it's not just my surroundings. It's in stuff that I watch. It's in stuff that I read. I'm like starting to put 2 and 2 together, like recognizing, especially since we watched that stuff on Rockefeller. I didn't know all that. Like, I didn't know all that because I never had a reason to know all that,
Right.
And now I'm helping build a company that's based off of a medical provider who is looking at the whole quantum U and is not going to abide by the standard rules and regulations that are written in a book. He's going to be looking at the whole you and finding holistic approaches and natural approaches in order to heal somebody. Whereas before, I don't know if I would have believed in that. Like, I do believe in natural healing. I do believe in mind, body, spirit, but like, I am starting to see the negatives
Right.
in the healthcare industry. But I was raised by nurses.
I know.
I was taught that the healthcare industry was there to help us.
Yeah, but that's what everybody was taught. That's why I had to start reteaching myself. I literally had to be like, okay, let's take a look at this. And then once you go down that rabbit hole, you're never coming out, which is good. I watched a little video where this big bunny rabbit was hauling a guy to a hole, and he said, "It's time for you to wake up now, and you need to get down this rabbit hole." And he was dragging him in this bunny suit and dropped him down the hole. And so, but that's what it's like. And I know it's scary for people, but you can either be compliant and then not make it, and be complicit and take a knee and be controlled, or you can have your free will, which is what God intended for you, is to have free will, right? And in order to do that, it's time for people to get off the couch, start watching other things, and you've got the movie right in front of you. It's playing out in front of your eyes. If you can just understand the mechanism and the mechanics behind the picture, then it's very entertaining at some point. So at one point, I think it's a really great time to be alive. So where we are seeing all of this stuff that were in the shadows, like the Wizard of Oz behind the screen, pulling the strings, come out and have the truth exposed, because darkness doesn't survive in light. Yeah.
That's a metaphor. Look at you getting all cute and metaphor. I love it when you get all cute and passionate like this. Like it just makes my sparkly heart light up, and I'm just like, oh, I love her. Yeah. So there's that metaphor that my therapist told me. He's like, if it's dark and you light a candle, what is more? What happens? Right? The candle overcomes the darkness. The candle lights up the room. The only way that that dark wins is if you blow out the candle, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
think if we look at it, the candle is hope. The candle is love and light. The candle is the connections of the people that we're making here, right? If we start to lose hope and lose faith in the humanity as a whole, right? Not the crap people, right? But humanity as a whole, goodness as a whole. That's when we blow out the candle. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. So keep your light, which is why I always tell people that keep your light, and you have to have knowledge because knowledge is actually power. And once it's exposed and the veil is ripped off, it can't be put back on.
No, like my pixie fairy head in the dirt is not like ever going back in there,
No.
which in parts I wish it would because I don't like being afraid. I don't like wondering, are these thoughts my own? Like this freaking sucks.
I know. That's why they say ignorance is bliss.
Mm-hmm.
But
But is it? Like I'm now I see both, right?
yeah.
I'd love to stick my head in the sand, but that would mean I would never have met you or know you. And to
Mhm.
me, that has been a blessing. So if I have to learn all of this crazy shit in order to be in your life, then it's worth every single moment.
I love you. Thank you.
Thank
Yep,
you.
it's crazy. But remember when you told me about your ear and you said that they were going to give you antibiotics? And I'm like, oh, please don't take those. And what I said to you was if you're going to take those antibiotics, you need to be taking some probiotics and some liquid probiotics, kefir food, uh, like, I don't know, sauerkraut, fresh sauerkraut, that kind of
Ew.
stuff. I know you don't like sauerkraut, but I'm just
No.
fermented food. Sorry, fermented
Oh.
food. And so, because what happens when you take those is they're destroying your gut lining. And that is where your immune system lies, is in your gut. It lies in everybody's gut. And that's what the Rockefellers are doing. That's why we call it the slow kill
Which is
of
what the
humanity.
medication, because they're literally putting petroleum, which is what they use in order to make your vehicles run, into your system.
Yes.
And I'm not going to lie, guys. I had antibiotics for 10 days. I took them religiously and it still didn't work. And this is since the 12th of last month, this stupid ear infection started.
Yeah.
And until Saturday, I went to a festival and got this little tin. It's a salve and it's got garlic and like all these different ingredients that are all 100% natural. I've been rubbing it on my ear and kind of inside, not like shoving it in, but like inside my ear. And I have slowly been able to hear again. I have seen that the yucky junk that's coming out of it is no longer like makes you want to throw up. I can no longer smell the infection. But again, it started on the 12th of last month and I still could have smell the infection through yesterday. And I've been using that salve pretty much since Saturday. So there's fact in this. Like there's
Yeah.
fact. The antibiotics did not do what it was supposed to do, but this natural salve, am I saying
Yeah.
that right?
Salve. Yeah.
Is I can freaking hear. Now you can think, it just took time and you know what I mean? Like you could tell yourself anything, but I really believe that is what the difference is. I still can't hear entirely, but there's moments where it's like it's finally coming back. But there was such a rupture and tear that but I thought, oh, it just takes time. And you look it up and it says, oh, take your antibiotics, and it could take weeks and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, I use a natural remedy and it's getting better. Ooh, I really want to solve that one, the JFK. Like, I really want to know. I really, really, really want to dig into that. Can we dig into that? Should we do research on that one of these days?
I can tell you, yes, and I can show you video of who shot him.
Ooh, are you serial?
Yes. Why do you think I'm on Substack? Because there's a lot of great shit on that, and Rumble too. But sometimes you can find some stuff on YouTube, but very rarely. Like they're bought and paid for by Israel, by the way. I just read an article that they gave them, like, Google, like $45 million or something to start censoring people's free speech and calling them anti-Semites. Because of our country is, well, not ran by our country. It's been infiltrated. And even
Ew.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm reading some of these and our assistants goes,
Yeah.
ew. Yeah, we should totally dig into that because I know what we're taught in the history books.
Yeah, which is all a lie. Like, everything we've been taught is a lie.
All. It cannot be. No, not everything we've ever been taught is
I'm
a lie.
telling you.
In that, when you say that, you're being taught stuff on Substack. Like, you are using an absolute. Not everything we have ever been taught is a lie. If you say it that way, on what you're teaching is a lie. Like, not everything we've ever been taught is a lie. Not every person who's ever
almost
about
pretty much has all been scripted, especially since you and I have been alive. I can tell you that for sure.
Well, maybe scripted, adjusted. I just cannot believe in the all. I can't believe in the all.
We're gonna go down a bunch of rabbit holes together, and then I don't know if you're gonna love me anymore or not.
Honey, you have my heart in your back pocket. That's no way it's ever gonna go away unless you throw it in a garbage disposal.
No, I would never do that.
I can never not love you. I can be like, what the fuck is she talking about? This is my language, guys. But I will never not love you because I am an independent woman who has my own mind and I can believe what I choose to. But I don't believe that all. I don't absolute.
William's calling it the coverment, which is true. It's kind of like his story, history, his story. I know. We're gonna get into it. It's like, well, we're pretty much living in the Matrix, so you got to question everything. Yes, Mark, I love you. We gotta no rabbit holes, just facts. That's right, GovBuster.
I have used her garbage disposal, by the way, because I've cooked her dinner. So
I know, but that was at my apartment. I don't have a garbage disposal or a microwave in this new place. In fact, I have a refrigerator that is not smart, doesn't have a nice ice maker, nothing. Like
changed.
Yeah,
this journey.
Oh yeah, I unplugged my smart TV.
Which doesn't, like, you never even turn it on. Like, I don't think in all the times I've been in your home, have you ever turned on a TV?
Only if I want to sit and watch the live shit show that's currently our government.
Oh my gosh, they're putting graphene oxide in antibiotics. Yeah, that's what she was just saying. So what is graphene oxide? I know you've talked about that before.
Oh my gosh, that's the goo, the black goo that they use to hook you up to the internet of everything everywhere, along with the heavy metals. So that's why I asked you about your ear and whether or not you thought it could be done by DEW.
Well, I mean, could. Like, could. And, all they do is lie and cover stuff up. See, again, there's that word all, that word everything, that word everyone. Like, I just don't believe that
it pretty
those
much,
absolutes are real.
yeah,
Sorry,
it's,
guys.
it pretty much is like, I'll tell you this. It's 99.9% of it was all bloody lies. We're gonna dig into some stuff, and you'll get it.
All right. I will listen. I will be open-minded. I will listen. I will observe. But I'm not going to say I am going to be a true believer in the alls and the 99.1%. Like, I can't, guys. And I'm sorry. This is not a disrespect towards any of you. It's just, I don't
Here,
think we all.
that's what graphene does. If you look up, some people have made videos about this stuff. It looks evil. It looks completely evil.
Does it look like a mouse? Sorry, when you said that guy, you don't like that guy because he looks like a mouse. I'm like, what are you
Well,
saying?
that's
You can't
Fauci.
not like somebody because
He was the head shove guy who will, be the scapegoat, for probably a lot of the people
All right,
pulling
hold
the
on. I'm
strings.
gonna mute this video real quick. I
Pulling
don't
the
wanna watch.
strings.
Stop it. Trying to find what graphene oxide is. Okay, so do we want to get more in next week, guys? Do we want to talk more about these
Yeah.
different chemicals and stuff that are being put? Like, do we want to learn more about these things, or do we want to talk about JFK? Vote in the damn comments.
Self-assembling graphene with nanotechnology, yes. And when you do a detox bath, the goo, yeah, will show up. If I detox all the time, though.
She
So,
does. So she doesn't have anything like that. All
well,
right, guys, what are we talking about next week? Come on, hook it up.
feel it.
We got 7 minutes left, and I want to know self-assembling. Self-assembling. I don't even know what that means. What is self-assembling? You know what? My brain is being overwhelmed with information.
Okay, right. Here's what GovBuster says. Everything you see on TV is not random. It was planned. Yes, it's like a freaking circus stage. And at this point, not my circus, not my monkeys. That's why you give up your right to vote when you become an American state national citizen, just so you know, because that's like the fake government. It's not even a government. It's the government, the United States Incorporated, that stole your life at birth and assigned you a stock certificate number to trade you like cattle on the stock exchange. It's true.
Do you see what's going on back here? He's
Mark says I smile the whole time in this podcast, which is great because it's like trying to, talk to, but at least you're open to learning. What are you doing there, Crosby?
Hey, apparently somebody needs attention. I'm like, don't come on to my conspiracy theory podcast so that everybody in the world sees you. Like,
Hey, there's this guy on Substack. He writes children's books to let you know what the real truth is about the federal banking system and all that. I'm gonna buy the set for you to read to read to Crosby for Christmas. I may even read some on my podcast.
Into that present, right? You're gonna give me the information and provide me with some sort of protection. Oh, okay. So we've got JFK, MLK, 911. We've got self-assembly, gang stalking. Mark, I agree. I think we do need to. All right, back it up. I think we do need to get into, actually dive into an episode of gang stalking, like what that means. What does it look like? What to look for?
Okay.
How can you stop it? So I think we've got our three. All right. We're going to talk about JFK because I really want to know about that. We're going to talk and we can do JFK. We can do a combination, right?
Yeah,
We
that's
can
fine.
do the definitely talk about Gang Stalk Gang. I think that's important because that's really where it started with you. And then let's start talking about some of this chemical crap, right? And then
Yeah.
maybe we can bring on this new doctor friend of mine so he can talk about the difference between the medical industry and what he learned because he was a DO. Like he went
Good.
to medical school. He
Then
was
he knows it's
providing physician.
it's a bunch of shenanigans. I stay out of that. I only do natural shit. Always.
So maybe we can bring him on and he can say, you guys would get along well. And maybe we can bring him on and oh my God. Okay, guys. Well, I love all of this. Oh, watch Trump. It's a full moon.
So is it a full moon then? Is that what you guys are saying about the full moon? I
keep
haven't been
saying
watching.
that. I keep saying that.
Yeah.
Is it a full moon today?
So, do you
We are
want?
in a waxing gibbous. Today's moon is 88.5% visible. So we have 3 days left till the next phase of the full moon. And I'll be home. Ooh, we should do a full moon ritual. Release what does not serve me. All right, guys. I think we've got some really good fake family and their involvement. Oh, we need to screenshot some of this shit. This is good.
I put it up on the thing.
Okay, the fake family and I'm screenshotting some of this shit.
If you do want a gang signing you to talk about the fusion centers and their involvement, yeah, we could do that. All 3-letter alphabet soup criminals, aka government employees. Yep, Joe. Yep.
Okay, guys, I think I have a responsibility right now. Somebody is apparently needing me. We are gonna sign off. I think we've got a list. I think we got a list for our next month. This is great. Thank you guys for sharing your thoughts on what you'd like to talk about. I can't wait to see you again next week. The only time I won't be here is the 26th, I believe, because I am gonna be.
It's the 25th. So we'll just skip the 25th. So we'll see you guys next Thursday and the Thursday after, but not the last Thursday of the month.
Yeah, because I'll be going back home to Arizona, going to watch the ASU game and taking my kid to go visit the college. So go Devils, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. Goodbye.
Bye.
Stay strong, everyone.
Stay strong. You got this.
Yep. You've got this.
What are we going to do with him?